Our meetings are always in October, early October. 2023 is going to be in Maui, and in 2024, the Malaysia section is going to organize our conference. We usually plan the conference 4 years ahead of time. The call is open to various areas. We try to rotate across different regions. And I think there are also years when the nominations to hold the SMC conference are open to all the regions. If you are interested, we are always eager to have different regions participating in the organization of a conference, but it's really a quite involving job, and it's a difficult job to do that. So this is our flagship conference. And the deadline, for example, for the coming conference in Prague, it's coming. So if you're interested, you might want to write a paper. And as I mentioned, if you have a student paper accepted and you present it, actually you're eligible for the awards. We also organize a variety of other conferences. Sometimes we financially sponsor the conferences, and I only listed 4. Conference of System and Cybernetic, of course, as a flagship conference, International Conference on Computer Support Cooperative Work and Design, Adaptive Intelligence Systems, and one that has been around for a long time, it's International Conference on Networking, Sensing and Control. We do have our calendar. I think now, at this moment on the calendar, we only have the upcoming conference in Prague. Technical communities are very important. IEEE technical communities are on the IEEE level. And I am only going to mention 3 from the long list of technical communities that I mentioned a little bit earlier. One is Brain Community. And SMC Society has been part of the Brain Community from the 2015, when the Brain Community was actually a Brain Initiative. It was funded by IEEE, and after 5 years, last year, the Brain Initiative became a Brain Community. So the Brain Community facilitates cross-disciplinary collaboration and coordination of advanced research, standardization and development of technologies in neuroscience to help improve the human condition. That's one very active field where our SMC members can participate. Smart Cities community, also very active. So IEEE Smart Cities community serves as a neutral broker of information among industry, academia, and government stakeholders regarding what comprises a smart city framework. The community also develops technical best practices within the context of urban infrastructure systems. And actually the links on my slides are active. So if you click on these links, you will go to the web page that gives you more information to the Smart Cities technical community. Do differentiate between technical committees that belong to the society. Many societies have these technical committees. Some have fewer, some have more. SMC Society has many. And between technical community, which is more broader, and it's on the IEEE level. We also have Smart Village, and I'm very proud of the Smart Village technical community. Very active. SMC Society has contributed financially to a lot of activities for Smart Village community. It has a unique approach to support the world's energy impoverished communities by providing a comprehensive solution combining renewable energy, community-based education, and entrepreneurial opportunities. They have very vibrant and very active organization, and I'm a part of it. And SMC Society is also part of it. I'm SMC Society representative, both in IEEE Brain, Smart Cities, and Smart Village, so I know more about it than about the other communities. IEEE Smart Village provides seeds funding, very important, for carefully selected community entrepreneurs based upon a credible business plan that will impact a significant number of people with electricity, education, and jobs. And so it's very important that there is seed funding for this, what we call startups, that the volunteers can actually benefit, contribute to the well-being of the various communities. For example, one activity was to replace the kerosene heaters that we use in North Africa by solar systems. And I'm going to also show you something very interesting that was done in Nepal. So Smart Village actually brought the power to a remote place in Nepal. And it was even features in National Geographic. And it's a movie that was done, beautiful movie done by National Geographic. And you can see that the monks are carrying the solar panels to the remote monastery in Nepal that didn't have electricity. And this is a beautiful photo of electricity being brought to the remote places. And that was all based on the activities of the local volunteers and also funding that was provided by the IEEE Smart Village technical community. So if you have a chance to look at the National Geographic movie, please do. It's very, very interesting and very beautifully done. Just to mention that our SMC 2022 conference is going to be held in October. Now is the time to prepare the papers. The deadline is coming. Usually it's the first week of April. So if you have interesting things, interesting research topics, interesting project results, do consider submitting a paper to our conference. Part of the conference for 12 years, it's also a workshop on BMI. It's a workshop on brain-machine interface systems. We already have a web page and call for papers, specifically for papers with a topic within a BMI areas. Something of interest to you would be a hackathon. We started hackathons in 2016. The first one was done in Budapest. And so you can create a team and you can actually participate in a lengthy hackathon that lasts overnight. Students, undergrads, even high school students can create a team. You don't have to be there in person. Actually, over the last 2 years of COVID, we had our hackathons virtually. But even in 2016, when we were in person in Budapest, we had a team from Taiwan. So we usually have a very high-speed internet connection to the room where we have a hackathon, so you can participate, and the open call, and you can register. Actually, the registration site is already open. You can register your team. You can select the topic. It's very well organized. And there are a lot of other activities. We started hackathons. We were the first society to start a hackathon in 2016. Nowadays, there are a variety of hackathons, and there is an upcoming spring school for the hackathon in April. If you are interested, you need a team. You don't have to have everybody locally from your own university or the department. You can actually have international team across the board. This year, my laboratory volunteered to be on site. And this is, for example, this is my PhD student. We participated in the hackathon in October for 2021. It was together with BMI workshop and SMC conference that was virtually held in Melbourne, Australia. And we actually had a team that participated in the hackathon. It was our first time. And also in these hackathon competitions, there are awards, quite a few awards that are given to the teams. And so we are looking forward to getting better at the upcoming spring school. And of course, the hackathon that's going to be held in Prague, in Czech Republic. We are going to, hopefully it's going to be in person, but if the students cannot travel, actually they can participate. So hackathons are very exciting because you have a team usually of up to 10 people. It can be across the globe, and you can select the projects. They have a lot of information on the web. So do check out this is a GTech company from Austria. It's one of the companies that provides, for example, this equipment that's, in our case, it was donated to my lab, and we can do now experiments. And we are very much interested also from the research point of view to collect the signals, right? These are brain signals. This is non-invasive. These are the electrodes that are put in place on the head, and non-invasive. There is no surgery. You have this hat, and the electrodes collect the signals. And we are very much interested in applying some of the machine learning techniques that we learned by doing the analysis of internet traffic. We would like to apply this on the signals that we collect using this kind of hats and equipment. for collecting the brain cells. I also want to mention that IEEE has affinity group. The affinity group, it's called Women in Engineering. It's one of the largest leaders in changing the face of engineering. We have a lot of women in engineering activities in Region 10 and in India. It's a global network. It has almost probably more than 30,000 members in over 100 countries. And it's really meant to advance women in technology at all points in their life and career. Women in engineering members make lifelong friendship, acquire influential mentors, and make a difference for the benefit of humanity. So this is the little logo when they celebrated 20 years. Every year there is an International Leadership Conference. There is open call for speakers for the International Leadership Conference. Usually it's done in, I think, in April or May. And I think they decided to have it, I don't know if it's going to be virtual or in person, just to let you know that we have a lot of activities. And both men and women can actually participate. And we have a lot of men who are members of the affinity group called Women in Engineering. So it's not a society, it's not a council, but it's what we call affinity group. So that's all what I wanted to say formally. And I would like to, I'm open to questions. So thank you very much for listening to me. And I'm going to leave you maybe with the front slide. And so you probably have a lot of questions how to get involved. And I would be very, very happy to provide the information. I hope you can hear me. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful presentation, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay, so it's very broad, but
useful. Useful. You have touched upon all the society chapters. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. In a broader way, you have presented the society chapters, and then including women in engineering and the councils. It's very nice, ma'am.
Yes. So that you know the structure, because once you know the structure of the organization, you can actually find out where you can contribute and how to get started.
Yes, ma'am. So we can choose the best one, whichever is convenient for us. We can choose, pick it up.
Yes.
Yes. Only if we come to know that these are the options available, everyone can have a choice.
And our Vice President for Students is Professor Karen Panetta. And if you have any questions, you can send email to me. Let me put it in chat. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to be chat my email address. I usually put my email address when I have technical talk. But when I was preparing a talk yesterday, I thought I'm going to give a political talk. That means about organization. So this is my email address.
Yes, ma'am. Students, do you have any questions, specific questions? You can ask now. Unmute yourself.
I'm going to stop sharing so that you can.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And I'm also going to put in a link also Karen Panetta's, Professor Panetta's email, because she's a vice president for student activity. Whenever you send her email, she will reply. And you can also copy to me so that I can follow up.
Okay, ma'am. Definitely, ma'am.
But she's our vice president for student activities.
Student activities. Okay.
Yes, student activities. So if you have any questions, you already have a student branch. Unfortunately, the SMC Society webpage is down these days because we are revamping the webpage. Okay. So I cannot show you that we do have student branches. We do have a SMC student branch within Simon Fraser University. And I think I'm the mentor for the SMC student branch. I know they write proposals. So if you have a proposal and if you need funding for whatever you want to do, right, you can talk to your mentor for the student branch, right?
Yes,
and you can apply for funding. And we are talking about maybe $500 US, depends on the proposal, depends what you need, right?
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Because this society, we don't have a Madras section. We are in a position to contact you only, US people. So we will apply, ma'am.
So you belong to the Madras section, right?
Yes, Madras section.
Okay. Okay.
But we don't have the society at Madras section. So straight away we need to connect.
You don't have a chapter. You don't have SMC chapter in the Madras section.
Yes.
Right. So every section has chapters. Right. So for example, in Vancouver, we have a variety. We have, I think, almost all societies represented. Sometimes chapter combines several societies, because in order to have a chapter, you have to have 12 members of the same society. So sometimes when you don't have 12 members to belong to the same society, you can combine societies to create a chapter. So for example, in Vancouver section, I belong to Vancouver section geographically, we have a chapter that joins control, robotics and automation, and system and cybernetic society. So 3 chapters together make a society. And so once you have a society, you can actually contact the society to support activities. So I was a chair of the Circuits and Systems Society chapter for a long time. And every year I would get some funding for various activities. Now I'm a vice chair for SMC Society chapter as a part of this chapter that's actually 3 societies. So that's about chapters. Student branch chapter are students who are student members and they belong to a society. So students belong to IEEE, right? Yes, but they can also belong to a society if they're specifically interested in a society function. Let's say I'm very interested in brain-machine interface as a student. I would like to join SMC Society. And if you have 6 students who are members of SMC Society, you can create a student branch chapter.
Chapters. Yes, ma'am.
It's not a student branch, right? And so
student
then
branch chapter. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Right? Actually, so here nearly 30 students they have joined for this SMC Society. So currently we have 30 student members.
Beautiful. I think
nearly 5 staff members joined, ma'am. Professional members, 5 members in our college, and then 30 student members are the members of this SMC Society. So
Excellent.
That's why. Yes. So if we say any good information, they will immediately accept and they will utilize. That's the beauty of our students, ma'am.
So why don't you?
We have vibrant student members.
I know. Why don't you propose some projects to do so that SMC Society can fund you, right?
That's how to start, ma'am. How to we have to
create a proposal.
Proposals.
Create a proposal. Do the theme. What are you going to? What is the proposal about? It would be very nice to have maybe something connected with humanitarian activities if you are interested in that. Do the budget. Justify why you're asking the funding.
Okay.
And if you can send me the proposal, I can pass it to Karen, or you can to Professor Panetta, or you can actually send it by yourself. Do you have a mentor? Are you a mentor for the student branch chapter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can also do the same. Always involve me. Send me a copy of what you are doing. I can also look at the proposal. And then you can ask the SMC Society to fund the project, whatever the project is. I know that the student branch, SMC student branch chapter in my university had just sent the proposal for funding. It took them a long time to put it together, but I know that they sent it and actually they got award for the project they want to do.
How much will be the minimum fund? Is there any limitation, ma'am, for funding?
Well, usually we don't do more than 500, but it really depends because, usually 500. And when you started your student branch chapter, did you apply to SMC Society for initial funding?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
No, have you applied?
No. Just now, this is first.
Excellent. So now is the time to tell the VP student activities that you have a new student branch chapter.
Yes.
And so you can have initial funding for activities.
Okay, ma'am. For that also we need to submit proposals. No.
Okay, so there are 2 things. One is the new student branch chapter.
Okay.
So they are new. You are new.
Yeah.
And as the new student branch chapter, once at the beginning, you can have funding, right? I don't know how much they give, maybe $250. I mean, don't quote me. We have to figure out what's the latest. So that's separate. That's once. That's at the beginning, inaugural, right?
Oh, yes.
To get you started. And then later on, when you have projects, you do proposal for projects.
Okay, ma'am.
We have really quite a bit of resources to support. And the project has to be specific, right?
Okay.
So it has to be very specific. What do you want to build? I think in SMC Society, they wanted, at Simon Fraser University, they wanted to build, I think, robots to play soccer, something like that, I remember, right? And so you propose and you need the elements, you need the equipment, and you're going to ask the SMC Society to fund buying the equipment, right? And so it has to be very specific, and you have to have a budget, right? You have to justify why you're asking it money.
Okay, ma'am. We used to do for other societies like that. For SMC also, we can apply. Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely, we will do it, ma'am. Our team will
Robotics
approach.
and Automation Society, for example, has a lot of activities for students.
Okay.
And we would like in SMC Society, we would like to do better. Because as I mentioned, we really would like to increase the number of students who are members of the society, and we want to increase the numbers of student branch chapters connected with SMC. Right? So basically, we are lacking the membership, we are lacking the proposals and the projects. We do not lack the funds. So we need a human power, we need this base, the membership base. And so that's where we would like to grow. Okay.
From Madras section, we have actually, I'm happy to share with you, ma'am, that more than 400 students are members of the IEEE forum. And from our college, from Sairam Engineering College, more than 400 to 500 students are currently they are the members, IEEE members of different societies.
Okay. That's very interesting because originally I didn't know, because many universities do not have a student branch chapter. They have a student branch, but they don't have a student branch chapter. So it has been a little bit difficult to actually get students to join the society and to have enough student members of a society to create a chapter. And that's why I was asking at the beginning, is it indeed a student branch chapter?
Yes, both, both.
Yes.
We have student branch as well as student branch chapters of nearly 26 chapters. Yes.
Excellent. So your university actually has a very high percentage of this, over 160 students that we have.
Students, any other questions to interact with Madam?
I would like to ask a question.
Yes, Anand. Proceed.
Yeah. Ma'am, can you please share the details of the project that the SMC student chapter from your university are currently working on?
I think I can do that. I think I can find the final version, right? So you can see, it's like project with any, the proposal is very simple, right? It's maybe 2 or 3 pages. You have to tell us what you want to do, and you have to justify the budget, right? So if you send me email, Anand, I can send you a copy. It's a private, right? It's not to be shared because,
yes.
Right? But you can see, but I think you think more about it than you should. It's just a project proposal, right? So let's say you are taking a course, right? And so the professor is asking you to provide a proposal for your project, right? So basically it tells you what's the title of your proposal, what it entails, what are you going to do? Like my student branch chapter wanted to do robots. They wanted to create robots. So they needed a Lego for robots. And you need a budget. You have to tell me why you're asking $500 or $300, right? And the budget, the more detailed the budget is, the better, right? Let's say you need $50 for Lego, you have $50 for equipment, right? It's very simple, right? See, project proposals are very simple. They just have to be done properly and communicate very clearly what do you plan to do. Because in general, we don't do donation, right? We are going to support your activity, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. It was clear.
No, not more than 3 or 4 pages, depends. But the more details you provide, the better. You are more, you have more chance to convince me or Professor, not me, but Professor Panetta, that actually your proposal is worth funding. And of course, at the end, we do expect delivery, right? We do expect that you are going to give us a report. What did you do, right? It's a very simple thing. I mean, really, we don't make a big deal out of it, right?
Yes.
But it has to be a meaningful project and a meaningful budget.
We do, ma'am. We do for other. We submit project proposals for other. But students are hesitating. Anything special about IEEE project proposal like that? That's a hesitation. A little bit hesitation.
Like you have done it.
We do with other forums.
Yeah, like you have done it for other societies. Similar thing, right? But it has to be within a field of interest of SMC. And as I mentioned, SMC is very wide. So it's very easy to fit your project within the field of interest of SMC society.
Okay.
And if you want to do any humanitarian project, that would be also very interesting through the IEEE Smart Village community, right? You can see that, for example, building there are a lot of projects. Go and visit the IEEE Smart Village webpage. Many projects I described there. And they all have improvement of the local community in mind, right? And so they also have funding, but we are talking about larger projects than just student projects I'm talking about. We are talking about seed money for almost like a little startup. So it's a different level.
Thank you, ma'am, for the clarification of the query. Students, if you have any other queries, you can unmute yourself and ask.
Or else you put it in the chat box if you have any other issue. Any questions? Anand, you just check the chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
There is nothing. There is nothing in the chat box. And always, you can always send me email. I will reply.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Whenever they are getting some doubts, we will send a mail, ma'am. That's fine.
If you have any questions, by all means.
Yeah. Because students are attending exams actually. They are in the exam process, final semester exams. Anyway, we wanted to inaugurate the society as soon as possible. That's why today we planned. Otherwise,
I'm very glad.
See more than 300 participants in the stream. So many higher studies. There is a second year and third year students are attending exams.
Oh, okay.
So only the first years are attending your talk.
Okay. Well, I see 78 people participate in this Zoom, so that's quite a large number. We don't get so much.
It reached 91. Just now they are leaving after your speech.
So thank you very much for having me, and I hope I have provided some useful.
We will be in touch with you, ma'am. We'll be in touch with you to get a lot of suggestions and guidance from you. How we can proceed in an effective way. How we can improve this SMC society in our college. So your help is always required. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Take care. Okay.
Yeah. We would like to honor you by presenting an e-moment.
Thank you. That's very nice. Are you going to send it to me?
Yes, ma'am.
That's very nice.
Mail, ma'am. We will share with the mail, ma'am. Kindly accept this e-memento, ma'am, as a token of our appreciation and love.
Thank you. That's beautiful. Thank you very much. That's very nice.
Pleasure, ma'am.
Very touching.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Yeah, lovely.
Yes. I would like to invite Guru Sanjay to deliver the vote of thanks.
Guru Sanjay, are you there? Unmute yourself.
He seems to be having some network issues.
Okay, you yourself complete. Go on.
Yeah. It is a great honor to present the word of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first start with the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. First and foremost, I would like to thank our chief guest, Dr. Liliana Traskovich, and the faculties for their valuable support towards this occasion. I would like to extend my thanks to IEEE SMC Chapter Advisor, Dr. M. Nitya, IEEE SB Counselor Sairam, IEEE Captain Dr. S. Brinda. Last but not the least, I wish to thank the staff and the friends for cooperation in making this event a grand success. Once again, I thank you all for the attention. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining with us. Ma'am, we will meet very soon with another event, ma'am.
I hope so.
Even with a WA event, Women in Engineering Forum, we have in our college. You can give a talk to that forum also, ma'am.
Yeah, that would be
after
nice.
the exams, we will invite you, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Do your exams well.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Aditya? Adi?
So now you're finishing a semester, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
They are writing, they have completed 3 exams. They have to complete 3 more exams and lab practicals. Then by the end of this month, they will be free. So we will arrange one more event. You can address all our student members.
And ma'am, I don't see your name on Zoom.
Yes, my name is Dr. Brinda Swaminathan, ma'am. Dr. Brinda Swaminathan. Actually, I'm coming through my department ID. This is my department ID, a department of ECE. But my name is Dr. Brinda Swaminathan.
Oh yeah, you were on the email, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I contacted through email. And myself and Aditya Subramani.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, because with Aditya, I exchange a lot of email messages.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He is a student branch chairman. So he used to take all the responsibilities. Yes,
he was very good.
Very active. That's why he's the student chairman, IEEE student chairman.
Okay. Because I asked him what is in his signature, what it means. I think he has SEC, right? So I wanted to know what it means. What is SEC in his signature?
SEC.
Yeah, it says SEC, IEEE Student Branch.
Okay, ma'am. That's our college name, ma'am. Sairam Engineering College.
Yes, now I see.
That's our college name in short form. Yes, ma'am.
Now I know.
Yes, ma'am. We used to put like that for sure, to save space. But you can see our college name on the top of the invitation, ma'am.
Oh yes,
Engineering College.
Yes. I just didn't know that it stands for Sairam Engineering College because my university is Simon Fraser University, but we all call it SFU.
SF?
Abbreviated.
Yeah. SFU.
So we all say SFU, thinking that
likewise we used to say SEC, Sairam Engineering College.
That's right.
Now I know.
Yes, now I know. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Aditya, you want to say something with madam?
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining. It was a great pleasure, and
Okay, now it's very nice to see you because we exchange a lot of email messages.
Yes,
but now it's always nice to see.
Actually,
I visited India once in 2015. I came to Delhi.
Okay, ma'am. If possible in future, if you have a chance to come to Chennai, kindly visit our college, ma'am. Sairam Engineering College. Always we will be in touch with you.
That would be nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes.